So your AC coils are frozen, right? Let me show you how I troubleshoot it and how we can fix it in no time. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Or you're one of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. All right, today we have a little situation here going on with my AC unit. Right now the coils are frozen, or the coils were frozen, they're not frozen anymore. But if your coils are frozen and your AC unit continues to run and your outdoor unit continues to run, stay tuned and I'm going to show you how I fix this and how you can fix this too. It shouldn't take you long. We're going to troubleshoot it a little bit, and I think I know what the problem is, but I'm going to go through the steps as if I don't know what the problems are, so it will help you in the future. So here are the symptoms. You turn off your thermostat and you notice that the coils are frozen. You go outside, you look at your condenser, it's still running and as if it's not off at all. So this is one of the red flags. This is one of the symptoms. The next thing is you try to turn off your air handler manually and your condenser still runs. So when this happens, there are a couple of things that could go wrong, and the first thing that triggered in my mind is that, hey, I got a faulty thermostat. But you know, me being me, I said, well, let me troubleshoot a little bit more before I start ripping things apart and try to narrow down what the problem could be. So here's what you want to do first. The first thing you want to do is you want to turn off the power to your air handler, to this piece here inside the house. Now you can do that in two ways. There is a breaker disconnect, usually located up top on the right hand corner or left hand corner. You can turn that off. If you don't have one or it's too far to reach, usually inside your breaker panel there is a breaker for your air handler. Just turn that off. So you turn that off. And why did I turn that off, or why was that the first step? Well, because the outside condenser continued to run even though I had set the thermostat to off, it gave me an indication that there was some sort of control problem. Something with the controls is going on. Either the thermostat wiring or some communication problem that's going on between here and outside. Because, you know, let's face it, when this thing turns off, it controls everything, right? And all the wiring is run through your air handler and goes to outside. So the first step was to try and narrow down what it is. So what I did was I killed the power to my air handler. Now, if you kill the power to your air handler and your unit is still running outside, then you know for sure it's probably not the thermostat. Why? Because if the air handler is dead and you kill the power to it, it means that there's no voltage running from your air handler to outside, or at least there shouldn't be, hopefully. Whoever installed it correctly. So there should be no communication going on between the thermostat and your condenser. So that leads me to believe that chances are there's something going on with the control wiring outside at the condenser. And my best guess would probably be a faulty contactor. All right, I don't know if you can hear it behind me, but my condenser is still running even though the breaker is off for the air handler. So what I want to do first is, if you want to double check your contactor, we're going to take off the cover panel for the service panel and just check the voltage to see what's going on. A lot of times, especially here in South Florida, you may get like some lizards or vermins or some critters crawl up in there and you know, they get fried in the contactor, or sometimes just over time they get old and the springs and the solenoid fails over time. But it's not a big deal. It's something that's pretty easy to replace. So let's go ahead and take off this panel here and check the voltages first, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, the first thing we want to do is remove the screws that are covering our service panel here. We can remove our service panel and our contactor and everything is inside. Usually their screws are in the corners, here, 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 and here. Let's go ahead and remove them. Once you have your screws removed, set them aside somewhere safe so you don't lose them, and just pull down on your panel like that, and there you go. All right, once we have our panel removed, you can see here we have our capacitor and our contactor down here. So let's go ahead and troubleshoot it. I want to test the voltage and see if everything is good. All right, so just to give you a quick run through, I want to check the voltage. I put my voltmeter to AC volts, And then what I want to do is I want to check the incoming voltage, which is here. Should be about 240, which is right. The outgoing is 240 as well. Correct. So we got power going in and out as we would expect. That's why our condenser is running. Now, here we can test on these poles here, should be 24 volts. Right now it's 0. So our contactor, which is here, is stuck. This little button here is your contactor, it's stuck. And from what I can see in here, it looks pretty rusted, but I don't know, maybe the springs are broken inside. So that tells me the contactor is bad. Now listen, the next step is to turn off the power to our condenser. And we can do this by, again, turning off the breaker inside, or if you notice somewhere around your air conditioner, there's usually a disconnect box that supplies power to this. You can also pull the power from there. So whichever one you choose is fine, but just make sure you kill the power to this. All right. Now that your power is off, you want to always check to make sure there's no power. So the first thing we want to do is check the high voltage, which is here. And as you can see, there's no power here. Obviously, there'll be no power here. And again, all we need to do is replace the contactor. I have a replacement here, which you can purchase online. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to get a contactor. One of the tricks I like to use is, what I usually do so that I don't get things mixed up, is I'll disconnect the wires, and as I'm disconnecting them, I'll just replace them on the new contactor. That way I don't get them mixed up. But if you don't want to do that, another good thing you can do is take a picture, and that way you know exactly what wire goes where, and you can put it back on in the same order that you took it off. All right, let's start disconnecting the wires. The easiest thing I like to use is a pair of needle nose. They get the job done pretty well.
All right, well, if you've enjoyed it this far, please guys, go ahead, give me a like and subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with what I'm doing and all the new DIY projects that I'm working on around the house. And hopefully I'll be able to help you with another project in the future. And if you don't mind, leave a comment below. Let me know what other AC problems you have, and maybe I can tackle it in another upcoming video.
Before I make this connection, what I want to do is I want to take out the old one. It's usually held by screws somewhere in the back. Now we can take out our old contactor. You can throw this away, do whatever you want with it, but this is pretty much useless. Now you want to get a nice twist on your high voltage wires. Loosen the terminals down below. And then just slide the wires in. You want to make sure you get a good, strong connection. Now all you got to do is put those screws back in and secure it. Reconnect all the cables that you had disconnected. Make sure that everything is connected just like you had it before. And in this case, it's connected. So now the only thing left to do is turn on the power and see if it works. All right, guys, welcome back. That wasn't too bad. We got our contactor installed, or I should say replaced. But even better than that, our unit is running again. Turn the thermostat back on, set it to cool, and the compressor came right on. I tested it again, I turned it off, and it shut off. So it wasn't that big a deal. It was a control issue, but it turned out to be a faulty contactor. Again, people charge you a lot of money to replace these things, and it can literally take you 5-10 minutes depending on how handy you are, as long as you know what to look for and what the problems are. If I didn't go over it before, or I didn't say it, obviously you want to turn back on all your breakers. Turn on the breaker at your panel for your condenser, turn on the breaker at the panel for your air handler, or if you had the breaker off up there, turn it back on. And yeah, also, if you guys found this helpful, there's another video that should pop up somewhere around here of how you need to replace your thermostat if you realize that your thermostat is bad. And also, don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned to the channel if you want to get more useful content and more DIY projects that you can do yourself. Until next time, I'll see you later.